Hello, my name is M Nash and I'm the editor of self-helpcollective.com. Today I want to talk to you about self-sabotage. Now you may well be thinking, what the heck is self-sabotage anyway? I know what self-sabotage is. It's an expression that I fully understand because I'm fully aware of how I self-sabotage in my life. And I will go on to some of the things to look out for in a moment. Some of the questions to ask yourself. And really, self-honesty is vital. And I would like you to share what you know about your self-sabotage also. But just before I do all that, self-sabotage, what the heck is it? So I'll give you a couple of examples. Basically, it's about trying to do something and tripping yourself up. So you might, for example, go on a walk and you have your loop, you don't tie your shoelaces on purpose. So that sooner or later you trip up. Sooner or later you're going to trip yourself up. Or it's about riding a bicycle and you, on purpose or subconsciously, you haven't pumped the tyres up properly or you haven't checked the brakes, so that when you end up going down this steep hill, you fall off and you hurt yourself. And guess what happens when these things occur? With the walking, you think, I don't like walking because I fall over and I hurt myself. I'm not going to go walking again. Or you say, I don't like riding a bicycle because when I ride a bike, I fall off and I hurt myself. Okay, so let's go to a more realistic example. And I talk about this a lot, so I think it shows you where I am in my life at the moment. Relationships. I've been in some relationships over the last few years that I didn't want to work. Either I picked the wrong person, I may have not found them attractive, or they may have been very critical of me and not found me attractive, or I just found fault, or I prodded them, prod. So we argued and argued and argued, and then I ended the relationship because we argued too much. I don't mean in a relationship where we argued too much, and yet, do you see how this works? I made the arguments happen. It's very, very sneaky. And it's a form of defense. Because maybe walking or cycling or being in a great relationship is going to make you feel amazing. It's going to make you feel good about yourself. It's going to make life rewarding. It's going to make you want more of it. But maybe if you want to walk more or cycle more or be in a great relationship, maybe it scares you. Ooh, I don't want that because I might get hurt, I might not be able to walk, I might not be able to go cycling as much as I'd like and then feel frustrated. Or my relationship, this great relationship, I met this great woman, I met this great man and they don't like me and I'm heartbroken and I don't want to be heartbroken, so I'd rather not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the motions and then I'm going to sabotage it, subtly or not. This is called self-sabotage. So, I have self-sabotaged in relationships, career-wise possibly, writing. I wrote a novel, my first novel, and I made it just so weird. And I won't even tell you how weird it was, but I think first novels are usually weird, but I really weirded out on my weird novel. And I enjoyed writing it, and I'll enjoy reading it, but it did actually put me off writing a second novel. And I want to get published. And the first novel is pretty much unpublishable. So it's really... And the thing that's ironic about my novel is it was about self-sabotage as well. Another example is I wanted to do a stand-up comedy routine. And I was going to do a stand-up comedy routine about self-sabotage. And you can imagine how hard it would be to sort of explain that subject and make it funny. So the very idea of my stand-up comedy routine was self-sabotage. And then, self-sabotage relationships. So, I hope you understand what self-sabotage is. And if you're like me, and I think you probably are, because I think you're a human being, I hope you are, you may well be a robot watching this, and if you are, that's some robot sort of language for hello. I do some binary message, but I can't do that. Hello, you're a human being, you self-sabotage. You probably do now. You could just stop this video, think, where am I not succeeding in life? Is it someone else's fault, or am I really limiting my own success for some reason I don't understand? Ask yourself that question. Stop the video, ask yourself that question. Where am I self-sabotaging? Right, so some things to look at. Did a little search on the internet, found a few good points. Usually, with self-sabotage, there is a payoff. In terms of relationships, the payoff is not exposing your heart to somebody, not taking the risk. Take a look at your past, but don't get stuck in your past. Your past informs your present, it really does, but it doesn't have to dominate it. It doesn't have to take over it. Just understand. And something in your past may well be causing you to self-sabotage now. Blaming other people is not a good look. Whether we're talking about self-sabotage or any form of self-growth. And blaming yourself isn't a good look either. Accept responsibility for your life. Do the best you can. Know where you're getting stuck. Allow other people to be imperfect. Allow yourself to be imperfect. You're never upset for the reason that you think. What makes you angry? What relationships do you have that aggravate you? Now, if you really are honest about it, it might not be for the reason that you think. This could help illustrate the source of the self-sabotage. It's a form of suffering, self-sabotage, and you need to ask yourself, have you suffered enough? Or do you want to suffer a little bit more? You want to sort of pour on the pain a little bit more? Do you want to have 10 relationships that don't work before you really are finally courageous enough to go for one that might work? And those 10 relationships, they strip little bits off you. And they demean you, and your self-esteem gets smaller. And you get cross with the world. You get cross with men, or you get cross with women. And you don't smile as much. And you're not as joyful as you used to be. That's what your suffering does to you and to the rest of the world. But imagine being in a great relationship. That's an example to others. And you're smiling and you're laughing and you're taking risks. And you get hurt sometimes, but you pick yourself up and you learn. And you smile and you laugh and you take risks again. And you're joyful and you spread this out. It's everybody's duty to take risks in life for themselves and for others. And being happy is not just something that you benefit from, we all benefit from it. And self-sabotage is really denying yourself and denying the rest of us. I want you to be as successful and happy and positive as you possibly can be. And when I meet you, that will inspire me to do the same. And I want to be that person too, so that when you meet me, I'll inspire you to do the same. And it's win, 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 win. So, self-sabotage. I hope you have an understanding of what it means, how nasty it is when we let it sort of run riot in our lives, what we can do about it a little bit. And if you have some self-sabotage ideas, stories, tips, please do share. I am all ears. Everybody that watches this video would like you to share. Please, you share something about self-sabotage that you understand now or I've always understood. Thank you. I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.